Welcome everyone. Hello, this is Waypoint 5 meetup of the Ancient Mysteries Expedition. I am your genial host, Commander Yannick, and we are here in a lovely little valley or canyon, if you prefer, and we're going to be doing some SRV races. Also on this planet at the same time, though out of eyeshot, is a Guardian structure, which people are having an event on as well at the same time. And also there's a mountain climbing several hundred kilometers away from us, also on the same planet as part of the same event. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. For those of you who have not been on a big expedition, let alone distant worlds before, this kind of stuff is pretty common. Not just having like sometimes one event at the same time, but several can be going on simultaneously, even on the same body, or often across the same system. It really depends on the exact sort of terrain of where they are. But it's all good fun though. And the name of the game today is an SRV race from one end of this little canyon to the other. And I will be your start line and your finish line for this. I'll basically be, the description of this, I say I'll lift off in the ship, start the beam laser, that'll be the start, all line up as close to the laser as you can reasonably do. I will make it deliberately so it won't cut you or anything like that, so don't worry about that. Then, obviously, I'll give the countdown and we'll start rolling. And then once, I'll also like fly with you, as I say, sort of chase ship, so that we're all still sort of together and you can kind of obviously get the sort of vague sense of direction. Because it's very easy sometimes, especially get spun around, to get the wrong sense of direction and start going in the complete opposite direction. We've all done it at some point, because, you know, the very nature of SRVs. And then at the end, I'll designate the finish line, and oh, there's a panther coming just right in front of me. Please don't park on top of me, Mr. Panther. That would be rather painful. It's getting rather close now, isn't it? Yeah, little to your right, please. Okay, that's not so bad. Fair enough. It didn't land on top of me, so that's not a problem. Cool. Right, how's everyone doing? Not just in YouTube land, but also in the chat here. You can talk if you like. I'm going to go to external camera here just to see who and what we've got. Also for the people out in YouTube land, get some idea of what the hell is going on here. Right, cool. Also, everyone who's here in the instance, please get out your SRVs and prepare to go racing. So we've got the usual array of ships. Got ourselves a Mandalay, Corvette, a couple of Corvettes actually. Nice. The now almost ubiquitous Panther Clipper, and also a couple of Mandalays. The Explorer's go-to ship. Awesome. Right. I will now lift off and prepare for our racing. So yes, to your SRVs if you're not already in them. Nice. That Panther's flat top does look like it could be a place to run on or have an SRV sort of parked on it, and I'm sure someone's going to do that. Oh wow. It's very cool. I like this sort of matte black finish. Oh yeah, nothing but the best here. Oh yeah, yeah. The matte finish on any ship looks kind of cool, but yeah, the Panther, it kind of makes it look more sleek than a Panther would normally look. So yeah, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, yeah, it would be a good idea to approach. I'll start my laser just to designate the start line. Just line up against that if you can. Is anyone here in voice chat wanting at some point to go to the Guardian site, or have you all got the booster already, or don't care about getting the booster? Cool, awesome. That's fair. Actually, that's a good thing. There's often the way of previous expeditions as well. Like if we have like a European and a North American meetup, and sometimes a Pacific one as well. It's because the North American and European ones are only like a few hours apart. A lot of the American will actually go to, and Canadians will often go to both of them. And so it's like, you know, you can be absolutely manic in one and a bit more sort of sensible in the other, or whichever way around you like. It's something I picked up along my travels. It's like, I'm not 100% sure, but it's I think it's like acting with wisdom and sanity. Something that we've long left behind, I know. Space madness rules us all. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I was going to say, I mean, when was the last time you met a sane rat or seal, to be honest, you know? I mean, or an explorer. I mean, I think most of us have been through several cycles of space madness at least, you know. Yeah. Right. Just checking the external cam. I think we've got most people lined up already, if not everyone. Cool, that's good, that's good. Good to see. Yeah, okay, right. If that's the case, then no one else is coming in. I think we can get ready to race. Okay. Onward in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And they're off. Let's start the sports commentator silly voices about this time as well. Yeah, it's kind of a bit like, because of the altitude, near 100 meters, it's a bit like watching sort of ants or like, you know, small insects sort of like jump around on the ground. I am getting a bit lower though. Ooh, we've got the leader ahead. Let's have a look. And this is the SRV racing though, is like, it's more like SRV flying a lot of the time, especially over rough terrain, which is most places, let's be real. Approaching the leader now. The thing with the Scarab is that it's probably a better all-rounder for these kind of races than Scorpion, but Scorpion does have better traction, so on certain surfaces it will do better. I'm getting slightly ahead on purpose so that I can sort of flip up and come back round again. Yeah, it's. I mean, you can technically, like in FleetCom, you can still like SRV shoot each other, but I wouldn't encourage it unless you're playing Demolition Derby, which will be an event at some point. So there'll be definitely a time for that. Yeah, there is something about Mario Kart about this, isn't there? Definitely. Make sure I don't crash myself. That would be embarrassing. I think it's actually pretty even so far. Yeah, there's not actually that much field spread today, which is good. It makes for entertaining racing. I think you're all doing pretty well. Yeah, I hear all the crunching as well. Yeah. It's always the way that from a fighter or a ship, the terrain will look, oh, that looks a little bit of a problem. And then you're in the SRV, it's like almost mountainous. So it's like, oh, it takes ages to get over. Another thing I would recommend if you're fairly new to SRV racing, or SRV flying as it's otherwise known, is to actually practice trying to get your SRV to fly through the air as best you can, because you can get a surprisingly good amount of control from it. It doesn't actually have sort of like formal lateral thrusters, but you can kind of angle the machine left and right, so you kind of thrust, use your bottom thrusters to sort of thrust in one direction or the other. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's pretty fun once you work it out. Uh-huh. It is, isn't it? I think there's like, you know what it is, a part of it. If you look closely, on the bottom of each SRV, with all the 6 wheels, have little thrusters attached to them, so there is actually like downforce, not from aerodynamics, but from literal thrusters pointing it into the ground. So it's actually causing it to be pushed into the terrain, because you think about it, on worlds like even less gravity than this, it's like 0.2 G, we're like 0.01 or something like that. You'd have almost no traction at all otherwise. You just float around. Should be careful, I'm right next to a wall here. Not too far from the finish line now. Actually, well, that's not true. We have to round the corner before we get there, so slight exaggeration maybe. Oh, we've just gone bang on camera. Rip for that one. I did wonder. I thought, oh, have we lost someone already? It's like that's bad. Oh dear. Yeah, and I saw an explosion. And I thought, oh, that doesn't look good. Oh wow. Okay, I'm pulling up the finish laser now. Right, as everyone can see that, we're all in business. go to external cam to watch that. And we have a winner coming through. Is that the sort of yellowish colour one? Well, congratulations, Commander. This is the only this is the only problem with trying to commentate on events, and trying to work out who it actually is, because it doesn't give you an indication. Unless you've been following somebody, like you've winged them in, and you've got, you know, that little sort of diamond that shows you who it is. It's impossible to see sometimes who they actually are. So it's like something that self-reporting is necessary. Oh dear. Yay. We've got 2 come through so far, I think. Ah, well, we've got another one coming through now. It is, isn't it? I've seen long races, much longer ones than this, where it's been like, you know, Scorpion, you know, versus Scarab, and the Scorpion has actually like gotten ahead over the harder parts, the more rough terrain, but then the Scarab tends to pass it once it gets onto more level terrain again. I think also the Scarab's a better flyer as well, so even climbing up mountains, on paper, you would think maybe a Scorpion would actually be really good at climbing. Once it's stuck to the surface, it is better at climbing. But if you're going to fly, or fly as much as you can, the Scarab is usually better at doing that, so it often ends up being quicker. But, you know, a skilled Scorpion rider would definitely, you know, be able to, I think, outpace one up a mountain, if it was quite steep, that is. It's really dependent on the terrain. Oh yes, and we've got the final one coming through beneath as well, in this sort of white colour. I think that's the last one, I think, because we had someone go boom along the way. Ah, right. Hello, Commander. Glad you could join us. Oh, yeah, I should really post the this in the thread. Right. Okay. Some people wanting invites. I think depends where they want to go. It doesn't say where they want to. Commander Notable. I'll try and wing them in then. Who's asking? Okay, cool. Aha, right. Okay, I'll try and get you in as well. Sure. Cool. Who was the other one in chat who wanted Notable? I don't know if they're actually friendly with me or not, so yeah. I don't see them. If anyone knows Commander Notable in this instance, could they wing them in if possible? That would be great. Yeah, if you're listening, Commander Notable, can you friend request somebody in this voice chat? That way we can help wing you in. Cool. A commander called Elvis Void. Did I read that correctly? Oh my. Someone's recorded their ship already. That's excellent. There's a very sleek looking kit on the old Corvette there. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think I've got the same ship kit actually on mine, so yeah, it is pretty nifty, isn't it? And obviously this is the exploration version. Yeah, see that antenna there? Or 2 antennas, I should say. gives the extra amount of like verisimilitude and sort of believability, I suppose. Well, I hope not. I mean, you've got enough directed energy weapons as it is already, you know. It is quite intimidating looking, isn't it? Why is it bouncing up and down? Oh, it's not actually landed. Oh, yeah, it's just hovering. I did wonder for a second. I thought, okay, fair enough. But yeah, it's a nice configuration, that one. I like it. Right. Oh, someone's flying around in a fight. Awesome. Trying to bring a few more people in with us, so when we do the return leg race, that we can have some more fun with that one. The volunteers and org people here, have any of you got a laser on your ship? Don't worry if you haven't, it's not a critical thing. Okay. Would it, yeah, no, I say it's not a critical thing at all. It's just, yeah, it's just like having a sort of like start-finish beam and what have you. Yeah, that you know, I'm okay with that for now. I don't mind playing chase again. It's not a thing, but sometimes it's good to just swap it over. Okay. Oh yeah, I like the picture you've put in the chat, Alison. Yeah, maybe. Just trying to look. Yeah. Interesting. No, it's. I'm just still trying to get people sort of in fire wings or something at the moment. I don't think that's actually anything's happening. I don't think I've been sent a friend request recently. Got Junior on their way, so we'll wait till they come and then we'll do another race. Oh, okay, cool. Oh yes, please. Yeah. Sure, I didn't realise you'd arrived. If you have a laser and you can illuminate it, that would be wonderful. Okay. The only reason not. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's right at the other end. If you like follow the map to the coordinates, it's probably just easier if I just like fly back anyway. Bear with me just a second. Getting comms in from the other side. Yeah. JBL, just barely the instance leader at the Guardian side, is asking, does anyone over here want the blueprint, the FSD blueprint module? And if anyone wants to, now is a good time, basically. So yeah, head on over to the Guardian structure if you're interested in doing that. I think most people here already have it, as far as I know, but it's good to announce it anyway, just in case anyone really wants to do that. Now's the best time. Or the easiest time. You can do it by yourself, and it's possible. It's just, you know, it's a bit finer, the margins. It's kind of more entertaining doing it this way as well. I think it was quite funny actually in some of the chat during the weeks, and we were saying that, well, why are you trying to restrict people going to the Guardian site? Well, it would be absolute chaos otherwise. If you had like 40, 50, 60, 70 people all trying to get into the same instance at a Guardian site, can you imagine the chaos? I mean, getting 10 people is okay. Getting 20 people would be absolute madness. Anything more than that, it's just probably just going to crash everyone's game. So yeah, it wouldn't be so great. They'd all die pretty quickly, but it's just like everyone would like. The problem is everyone would just cause each other problems, because of like instancing and like dropping out and then coming back in again, and it would be just incredibly weird and very hard to keep track of. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying to JB, I don't think there's anyone who actually wants to do that. Okay, cool, right. Here we are, in semi-darkness and semi-light. But because this planet is actually tidally locked, the star doesn't change position in the sky, it's just always there. Cool, right. If we want to race the return leg, I will be the starter for that one as well. So if anyone's just arrived and you want to go racing in your SRV, now is the best time for that. It was the finish line of the first race, yeah. Now it's the start line of the second race. So basically, we're doing like a return leg. It has, yeah. Just trying to maneuver myself into position. Sorry. Yeah, it should be in the announcements. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah. Okay, interestingly enough, I think at the other site, it looks like JBL and Co have already finished everything, and they're pretty much getting ready to wrap up, and then there's the latecomers come in, so that's fine. Yeah, looks like they might actually be jumping earlier than I anticipated. I mean, depending on how many people we have, let's have a look at the group sizes. We might be able to actually bring everyone the same instance for the jump, maybe. Sorry. Yeah, they're still doing the valley race for SRVs. I think the mountain people. Who's asking? Oh, cool. I think I've got you my friends list, so that should be straightforward. That's why I always say to people, friend each other wherever you can, because you never know when you need to wing someone in. Or just meet up with them generally, you know, on the expedition. There you go. Yeah, we won't depart in the return leg until you've landed here. Yeah, we've done race 1 and we're about to do race 2, but yeah, those of you who are new to the instance, get your SRVs out, and I will give a quick burst on my lasers to indicate the sort of where the start-finish line is going to be. Well, the start line in this case. It's not a finish line. It's just the start line. In some events, it is start and finish line, but not today. Right. Looks like the mountain climbers in the chat, they've already gotten to the top, or at least some of their ships have got to the top of that mountain, which doesn't take very long, let's be fair. Yeah, that mountain didn't look massively difficult to climb up from the odd SRV that goes tumbling, but that's the fun of doing that. I think it got the biggest turnout of today, actually, the mountain climbing group, so yeah, it's a good thing. Nice picture. Cool, I think we've got one commander incoming still. So yeah, if you line up against that line of the beam, would be awesome. Just anywhere you can land your ship, really, if you want to SRV race today. Then just, yeah, park it and hop on over. Hello, who's just joined us? Good evening, Commander. Greetings to you. Yeah, some of you probably noticed, those of you who've been following the Meta Elite missions for the Ancient Mysteries, that a new mission update has just come through. Or at least it should have come through by now. If all was gone to plan. So yeah, that's something else that you could do once we're finished this evening. By the way, as I'll just reiterate for those listening on the stream as well as everyone here, when we do go to orbit for the mass jump, we will be that would be technically the end of the Ancient Mysteries, though I do urge you to hang on to travel to this the final mystery location, which is, I say, one of the spectacular ones. It is Guardian related, so it is interesting, and the laser may be useful there. Cool, right. Like the pictures as well. Off the top of my head, I'm not actually sure. You'd have to ask in the Meta Elite channel. I don't think there's a problem having like several on the go at once, as far as I remember, as long as you can do them. If like, because I'm trying to remember, I think some of them, don't they have like a time sort of limit that you can... You have to look at each individual mission to work it out, but there's no reason you can't sign up to a bunch of them and do them all simultaneously. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Right. External cam. Oh, I see the fighters down there as well. Haha. That's nice. I'm going to zoom out a bit so we get everyone in shot. Yeah, I sometimes forget how big the Orca actually is as a ship. Okay. Is everyone out in their SRVs who wants to be racing today? Is there anyone still incoming? Who's asking? Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll wait till a couple more people get in, then we'll be rolling. But yes, it's I think the first run was pretty fun. We only had one casualty. That's actually a pretty good run. We only had one casualty. So the thing about the SRV, isn't it? It's actually sometimes you consider it quite tough, but others it's like it's not really tough at all. You know, if you land in slightly the wrong way, boom. I think sometimes the Orca's like a ridiculous dragster. It's not very manoeuvrable, but boy can it go. Let's see the couple of Mandalays there. Oh, so yeah, no, it's true. I mean, as a rule of thumb, anywhere there's good SRV sort of racing usually makes for good fighter racing as well, and we probably be doing that at some point as well. Not everyone necessarily has a fighter, but a lot of people sort of do. But the one key ones is that, as I've said to everyone so far, and has been mentioned many times in the Discord, for Distant Worlds 3 proper, bring at least 2 other ships in addition to your Explorer. Bring a miner and bring a racing ship. Usually a small racing ship is best, because, you know, it's like, if you get it destroyed, it's not a big deal. And obviously you store those ships on the carriers that are going to be provided. So, you know, if you lose that ship, then it'll just be, obviously, like, you know, it'll just reappear on the carrier and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there have been Viper races before. I've been to all kinds of ship races. I think most combinations you can think of. I've even seen people racing Type 9s against each other. That's kind of mental, but it did happen. It's like the most unmaneuverable ship imaginable. Because we're racing in the other direction, we're just waiting for a couple of people to come in. But yeah, it shouldn't be too long. I mean, fingers crossed they won't be very long. and then we will continue on our merry way. But you know, you're right, fighter races or just ship races generally are a great idea, but obviously small manoeuvrable little ships are usually the best ones for that. Not just their agility and speed, it's just it's the fact that you don't really care if you lose them so much. With any other ship though, you do kind of care if it gets wrecked or not. Yeah, there will be mining at some point. Considering the distance we're going, we are going to have to refuel the carriers at some stage, and I'm not giving anything away by saying bringing a mining ship it would be a good idea. You know, if people want to take part in all kinds of different events, those are some of the main kind of things, other than your exploration ship, which will be kind of the core ship that you'll be using for most things. Yeah, having a fight and having a mining ship. It doesn't have to be a fancy mining ship. It could be, you know, just something like a Type 8 or a Python, or something, even a kind of solid medium-sized ship like that can be good. You store them on the carrier, and there's 4 official carriers. That's why we're always saying, and also when you sign up, that please do not bring your own carrier, because we're going to be providing official carriers for everyone to be able to store several ships, and that's the idea. So at the launch, for example, you're sort of going in your exploration ship, and then at future waypoints, you will be needing a fighter and a miner for different things. No, you just get them transferred in, like you would between stations. Because remember, carrier is basically just a mobile station. Think of it literally in the same way as a station, except for we can move them about. So the process is literally the same. You just land your ship on a carrier. As soon as you can, you just click on transfer and transfer from wherever they are, you know. As long as you can pay the cost for it, you're not transferring it too far, you should be fine. None of those are going to be Distant Worlds carriers, no. They just happen to be here. The players happen to have brought them along today. These are not official ships at all. So, yeah. Don't worry, they'll be announced in plenty of time before the launch, but, yeah. But obviously the main reason we're sort of trying to keep to only official carriers, because otherwise we just have waypoints that would be overloaded with people's private carriers, and it would become, again, like utter chaos very, very quickly. We don't want to clog up, you know, meeting points and waypoints along the way, because as you know, it gets to a certain point where you literally can't get any more carriers into a system, and it just becomes a bit silly, really. But yeah, it's so because obviously we're trying to explore ourselves. We're not trying to sort of, even though you can obviously fly on a carrier. Let's say you're away for a week, you can just literally like keep your ships on a carrier, and you'll be able to catch up the expedition because of the fact that you've docked with a carrier, and you'll all your stuff will be there. Right, has everyone arrived? Okay. I see the SRV tracer going up. It's technically not a tracer, it's a laser, isn't it? But yeah. Looks a bit like tracer. And there's the ever ghostly presence of the Guardian fighter. It's always looked like a bit like the TIE Defender in a way from Star Wars, but only a little bit. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I don't know if many people have played some of those sort of Star Wars games where you can fly like, you know, TIE Advance and TIE Fighters, etc. And TIE Defenders are usually the most complicated ones, but they have the same kind of configuration as the Guardian fighter does. I think most people are ready. I think we're waiting for one person still. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. But yeah, no, this is always stuff that's encouraged to say on any expedition for people to. I think generally speaking, most people are quite sort of community orientated. You know, helping each other out, ringing each other in. Like, you know, if anyone's late, sort of explaining what they can to them, and just, you know, helping out your fellow travellers. There should be a bunch. Oh, you're right at the other end. We were actually at the finish line, so we're kind of running in the other direction now. So we're literally 11k away. I mean, if you can get here in time, then please do. That might be the quickest thing to do, just fly here. It's nice. And Clyde in the middle, that'd be fun, yeah. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened, but yeah. It's definitely, it's sort of an interesting combination of Mario Kart and the wacky races, really. Yeah. Yeah, it'll fit most places. That is true. So, we've got a whole bunch of lovely SRVs here. Mostly, I think the graphics are slightly breaking up. They look like some of them be like half buried at wheel level. Yeah, mostly scarabs, but we do have a scorpion there as well. Yeah. Just check in on the other groups and see what they're up to. Yeah, I think those at the Guardian site are still doing their thing. I think most of them have probably finished getting the blueprint by now. The mountain people are probably still doing that. Having said that, once you've raced up a mountain, you can always race down it or roll down it. That can provide for endless hilarity as well. Because obviously the SRV, if it rolls, you can repair it as you roll to keep it going. And I've seen a few people that have done it myself a few times. But yeah, they roll very easily. I like it's like a little insect jumping up and down there. This sort of that yellow SRV there. Nice. Yeah, sorry for the delay, people. We'll hopefully get underway in just a second. I think Joseph should be okay. Cool. So probably about a minute or two. In that case, yeah. Get your SRV over here if you wanna take part. Yeah, don't worry. That's always this thing. We don't want to raid around for too long. And all these things. If it takes too long for someone to get in, we often will just get going. So I was getting to that point anyway. But yeah, if it's like another minute or so, that's not the end of the world. Yeah. I mean, we said we tried to get it finished within the 2-hour period. So yeah, it's like we'd hopefully do it by then. Sometimes we run slightly over. Sometimes we run slightly under. It totally depends on what we're doing. Yeah, I mean, I think some of the other JBL's instance might actually do it earlier than that by the looks of it, because they seem to have finished up quicker than anticipated. I mean, if they do, we might do it early as well, depending. But yeah, it'll be like an hour at the latest, I think. Awesome, let's get ready to roll. Cool. Right, I will put out the laser and give the count. Okay, everyone ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And they're away, and I see the fighters now actually crashed into the side of the canyon by the looks of it. It didn't go bang though, so maybe it didn't die, so that's probably a good sign. You don't always hear the bang though, that's the thing. Sometimes you just see the bang. Sorry. And the little flames come out. Same with the SRV. You usually hear it though. 9 times out of 10 you tend to hear it. As the Corvette flies away. Yep, we can see there's a good field here, and I think the leading one is coming through now. Purple one slightly behind it. Ooh, that sounded bad. A bit crunchy. A little bit of crunch is good, too much crunch is not. I'd love to see SRV flying. It's definitely a skill in itself. See how far you can go and keep control. Because obviously, like anything, it's not the fall that kills you. It's the actual impact that kills you. But it's always that thing about SRV landings. If you get it at the right angle, you know, forks first, you're usually okay. Not always, but the odds are you'll be fine. A lot of crunching going on. And we've got a spinner ahead. I can see the Corvette ahead. You see my own trail there. Cool that it is. Right, here we go. I think the leader's coming through about now. Self-respect that you didn't die. I think the only thing that is worse than last is actually just like dying on the way, I suppose. I must admit, I'm a lot better at piloting than I am at SRV racing. Oh, there's someone else waiting there at the finish line I see ahead. Oh, yes. I'm going to set the finish line up myself over here. Yeah, I don't always play chase cam in these. Sometimes I am literally just the finisher or the starter. Sometimes it's a combination of all of these things like today. Okay, let's set it up. We are. Oh. Did you actually do a race down or a roll down the mountain? Yeah, that can be very good fun. It's almost like that's like survival of the fittest. If you can, like, especially if you get into a repeated roll. Yeah, then it becomes just a game of who could repair the quickest. Yeah. That's the thing with all these races, is like whether it be mountain or valley like this, it's still, there's a lot of skill to it. Depends on your situation. I know what you mean. It's like you can like gain too much traction and you'll spin yourself. Yeah. The fighter's coming through. Be careful with the beam. Ooh, that was close. Yeah. I think there's a couple coming through now, so I think they might be the last ones. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Is that all the SRVs? Oh no, there's one more coming through, I think. Right? I mean, you can have one more if people fancy it. How do you guys feel about that? Huh. Okay. We can do one more run if people want to do that. That's absolutely fine, yeah. Oh, you mean the North American meet? That is, that's 2,300 hours UTC. It's only a few hours, I mean, you can go to both. It's absolutely fine to do that, If you've got the time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fair enough. Who's asking? Cool. There's a few people heading over this way, I think, from the mountain and probably the Guardian site as well. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. hmm Yeah, I'll move slightly to the left here, but so we've got a bit more parking room, but yeah, you should be able to do that. It is. I mean, at least with the Corvette, you can actually put some pretty powerful thrusters on it, so it's a bit easier to control. We're not ship racing today, no, we're just SRV racing, but there'll come a time, I was just mentioning earlier, that one of the recommended ships to bring with you on the expedition proper will be a small fighter for literally like ship-to-ship races, but because these are expendable, cheap ships, you know, it's the best way, really. And a mining ship as well, so that's a very good thing to bring. But we won't be racing the mining ships. We could, but I don't recommend it. So we had done Type 9 racing before. That has actually been a thing. Actually, I didn't take part in it myself, but I saw the video, so it is insane. It wasn't an expedition that I was organising, though, so it definitely happened. It is! It's like truck racing or bus racing, yeah. It's pretty unhinged, but, you know, it's, well, more power to them, you know. Yeah, yeah. I think obviously the key with these is like what we might do is like have maybe like a series of different kind of races. You know, like you have a small ships race and yeah, maybe a large ships race. We'll work that out later on. We're definitely having a small ships race for fighters and other ships, or maybe even an all-comers race. That literally you can race on whatever ship you like, and that would be fun. Oh wow. If you can do that, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Cool. Who's asking? Cool. I will. Yeah, if anyone's got Garblet already on their friends list, I don't know if I actually have, so maybe I do. Yeah, I think I sent you an invite now. If someone gets you first, then that's great, but I sent you one anyway, so. There you go, you're a popular guy now. Yeah. Okay. I have to go AFK for just 5 minutes, but I will be back in a moment, because by the time I'm back, most people will be here anyway, so. And we'll go racing once more. Indeed. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. I don't think there's anyone here. Let's speak now, forever hold your peace. I don't think there's anyone else who wants the blueprints, or is there? Probably no then. Yeah, we're just going to do one final race here, and then we're going to head to orbit probably after that. So, I was thinking, do we want to try a single instance, or are you happy to just have two? Yeah, that's probably the best way of going about it. We should probably be done here in about the next 15 minutes, I would have reckoned. There or thereabouts. I mean, you can join us if you like here as well. It's entirely up to you. Okay, cool. That's collectively. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be excessive. That would be bad if we asked you to do that. Yep. Fair play. Yeah, no, absolutely 1,000 would have been absurd for anyone, but yeah, we're not asking for that many. Yes, this is actually a secret plot to destabilize the bubble. Just don't tell anyone. But yeah, it's but you know, yeah, Metal Elite. So fingers crossed. There's like whenever you want to do Metal Elite, that's the great thing about Metal Elite. You can do it at absolutely your own time, at your own pace. Keep it to yourselves, yeah. Yeah. It's good knowledge to have, though. Know that you can do it by yourself, and you've got that resourcefulness, you know. They are, yeah. Yeah. No, we were saying earlier on that for explorers, you know, the booster is the main thing. Everything else is like of marginal use. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good way of putting it. But yeah. Guardian beings. Yeah, it was all cooking utensils all along. Watch out that... If anyone can bring them in, that'd be cool. Watch out for the laser. That's why I said watch out for the laser. I think I'm going to get a little bit of altitude so I don't accidentally decapitate someone here. That would be bad sport. Cool. Still, okay, so we'll wait for a couple minutes. We won't wait too long though, because obviously we are trying to crack on as reasonably quickly as we can. This is the way. I think, well, basically, like, you know, special dispensation for organisers only because the fact that we're using the least powerful laser and deliberately, like, trying to avoid hitting. Remember, the whole point is to stop ship-to-ship combat. We're obviously deliberately not targeting any other ships at any point, but yeah, it's like that's like the only kind of loophole, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, if they didn't give the organisers some kind of, you know, way of doing this, it would be very silly. Otherwise, how else could we designate places that the game won't allow us to, you know? I mean, Frontier would have done a good job if they'd actually, like, found a way of letting us do that with little beacons. I mean, I always thought that was a great idea, you know, set up little racing beacons that disappear within, like, I don't know, 7 days or something, so they don't litter the game. It's like, well, what's wrong with that, you know? No, that's what I said. There's nothing like this, so we just have to improvise the ways that we can actually, like, navigate stuff, and like lasers to designate things as one of the few things in the game that can be used, you know. It's either that or you go to the alternative is that go to sites like the Guardian sites that you've already got an existing sort of layout. The only problem is that makes instancing harder because obviously the game is trying to, like, you know, do the graphics of the site and all the players at the same time, so it complicates matters. Awesome. There you go. From the man himself, yeah. Okay. Right, I think we're going to have to get going in about a minute. If anyone's not in by then, we'll just have to just mass jump wing them in later. Okay, I think most people are ready to SRV race. Between myself and Commander Alisson at the end. But don't worry, I'll be playing chase cam as well, so if you accidentally get spun around, just come in my direction and you should be okay. Okay, so if everyone's ready to roll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And they're away. So is this the temptation to do the jockey commentary? I do have Commander Hugh Walker there still in the wing with me, giving me some idea of the relative distance from where I am to everyone else. We've always got fighters flying up and down here as well, so yeah, that's cool. As long as you don't hit me, you're fine. It does happen sometimes. I'm more worried about mid-air collisions with ships at the moment. Fighters. This is the thing, without the ability to engineer SRVs, there's no physical advantage. So you could say at least the races are all fair. Everyone has to either pick a Scarab or a Scorpion class of SRV and just race in it. But yeah, so technique is everything. Okay. Well, welcome to one of the crazier clubs in the elite universe. Yeah, it's harder than it looks. I'll grant you that. Exactly. If you're intact, you're doing well. Some extremely good flying going on here. And we're talking about the SRVs, not the fighters. Yeah, I think we've got the lead SRV over here with a little white cross ahead of it, if you can see on the stream. Whoa! Nearly collided there. Think we've got a winner coming through. Someone already crossed the line already. Well, that's the case. That's awesome. Ah, nice. Yes, indeed. Whoever it was, identify yourself, because I can't tell from this distance. Ah, awesome. Well done, Commander. Yeah. That's the thing with SRV races, it's like the first order of business is survival. You're going to make it intact. And then worry about what position you're in. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty healthy. Obviously, it's recommended if you can repair as you go, it makes life a bit easier, but that's just general advice anyway. It's pretty dicey, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I nearly had a head-on collision with an Imperial fighter earlier. Yeah. It's a bit Empire in Star Wars as well. Yes. Awesome. That is, yeah, genuinely. Haha. Cool. Alison, I'm going to head to orbit to try and get the core of the mass jump instance. Just keep everyone here for now until I've actually found a spot. But then I'll start set up winging people in. Shouldn't be too long though. Give me a couple of minutes and I'll be with you. It was fun. Well done to our double winner. Yeah, I was actually quite impressed how many people turned out from the mountain climbing, because I was early today I was worrying that was going to be the least popular event, and it was actually the most popular one. So you know, you never really know. Yeah, no, I like mountain climbing. It's usually pretty unpredictable stuff. It's the way it is sometimes. Well, there kind of is, but you have to like move from side to side to like use the bottom thrusters to move you laterally. So you can almost turn it quite on its side, not quite 90 degrees. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not easy, but you get the hang of it eventually. Yeah, we're getting together. Yeah. Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, I've started winging people, and there's a couple of people here in the instance already. If those who are with me here, please wing as many people as you can. I've got Getador, Groman, and Stoyan. I'll try and... Yeah, I'm trying to invite as many people as I can, as quickly as I can. Okay. Yeah, if anyone has friended Getador, Groman, or Stoyan, they're also in the same instance with me. So if you can get with one of those as well. Yeah, that's the quickest way, is to do that. Yeah. Okay, cool. I did see you there, but then your name's no longer in my nav panel for some reason. But yeah, I did see you there briefly. I don't like the way that Frontier do with their instances these days. This is not funny. I'm going to look visually. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense now. Right. Don't worry about that. Get into the instance first, then worry about alignment later. That's always the way to do it, in that order. Right. Okay. Yeah. Anyone at the moment in the instance we have, I say Stoyan, myself, Groman, Getador, and JBL. If you're friends with any of those, you can wing up with those guys. I'm already trying to invite a bunch of people in at the same time as quickly as I can. So as you say, this is like standard instance building. And then once you... This is the one, yep. As always, once you get into the instance, get out of the wing that you're in and then try and invite more people in yourself. That way we can bring people together as quickly as possible. We can bring everyone together. We're trying to merge everyone into the same instance, so it's like this voice chat now is all good. There's only one person left in the Guardian one, I think. I think everyone else that I can tell is actually here in the Valley Racing one. Yeah, we've got Cometborn, Hugh Walker, Andy Arkwright, Getadoy, Groman, Stoyan, JBL. Yeah, it's that weird thing you said earlier about instance blindness, like commands be able to see each other visually, and yet it's not actually registering in the nav systems. It's very odd. Yeah, there's a bunch of other people as well. There's more and more now. Jules Jacobi, Andy Arkwright, Juno, Etienne. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, remember to listen to Distant Radio. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, just barely is the distance as well. Right, the jump information is in the mass jump info announcements channel in the Discord. I'll put it elsewhere just so people know to, so that they can't complain they didn't know. Yeah, I was hoping people would have more than that, but yeah. You never know. Depends what range they've got, though, doesn't it? You could have an adder that has like a 50 light year range. It has happened before. Yeah. That again has happened. I was we were talking about the Type 9 racing earlier at JBL, and how people managed to do that, despite the fact that it doesn't sound great, but it is actually more entertaining than you'd suspect. I like the sound of that. That sounds amazing. Mm. Oh well. Yeah. It should be in the mass info channel. Yeah. As always, when you've got into the instance, drop out of the wing that you're in and try and invite some more people in. It's the quickest way to get everyone together. Yeah. Hmm. It's a disappointing film, that one. Yeah. I've watched virtually all Star Wars media that's ever come out, so yeah, it's but there's a lot of good Star Wars out there, so it's like I try to ignore the sort of less good stuff. Yeah, it's unimaginative, isn't it? It could be a really good film, who knows? But it has the potential to be, I think. But you're right, it's not a good title, is it? It's pretty dull. The thing is with Star Wars films these days. Yeah. Found another ship of the type, I suppose, but I know what you mean, it's a bit obvious, isn't it? Okay. She's jumping in 14 minutes from now. 1-4. It's a very popular ship, and it's a very good one. I'm glad to see people flying the Asp still, and the Cobra Mark III and a lot of the other sort of classic ships as well. I like the way that Ada's just sitting right on top of the Panther there. Yeah, they kind of do, yeah. Yeah, it's odd. Not really, no. It's the one oddity of the ship. Other than that, it's like, about as good as a exploration ship anyone could hope for. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, because some people just because, yeah. As always with these things, the devil's in the detail, isn't it? It's going to be exactly how good is it in what ways, and, how... Ooh, another one's coming. The Asp is very well rated, and I still love it. I've still got one. I usually mainly use it as like a bubble transport, if I'm honest, but it's still fun. Who's bumping into my ship? There's your Sidewinder poked like right in front of my windshield. Why are they still doing that? Stop getting in the way. I can't see otherwise. Yeah. Okay, about 11 minutes before jump. Hope it's the black matte finish. But it is quite a low light system, this one, to be fair, so it's hard to tell sometimes. I hope so. Yeah. I don't know. What aerodynamics? It's like a brick. I was going to say it's like that bit in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where it says like hung in the air in the way that bricks don't, you know, except for it is actually a brick. Slightly worried about that Cobra 3 that's like sandwiched between an anaconda and a panther. We might get crushed between them if we're not careful. But beware. It's also the fact there's a Mandalay just behind them, so, you know. Then there's the 5 ahead of it. Sorry. Yeah. Some good looking ships here. How many people actually intend to bring the Panther Clipper as their main explorer? Because that's a bold move if you do that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I do have a Panther now, and I put very powerful thrusters on it, but I don't know what its jump range is. It's not very high. It's like about 17 light years or something. Oh, wow. I've not modified mine very much, though. Cool. Do we need anyone else to come into the wing at the moment? Or the instance, I should say. I think we're doing okay. So yeah, the lock in the time of jump of being 21:40, which is in 6.5 minutes time. Just for any stragglers and people to get their ships in order, but most people are already in like good formation as it is already. Yeah, the Anaconda was like once the ubiquitous explorer for along with the Asp, of course, but now it's still good to see that people sticking with it. But that's the thing, is like the variety of ships is always cool to see on these kind of meets. Because everyone could just come in a Mandalay and it would be kind of a bit more, like, samey, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh dear. It's a good ship. Yeah. One thing I am going to say about the Mark V is it is a very good all-rounder, but it is almost uniquely good at SCO racing, if anyone's ever done that. It's a relatively new form of sort of like, you know, meet-up racing that we have actually like done once before. I think maybe a couple of other people have done it by now, but, you know, it is really good because you can get a huge fuel capacity in that thing. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a 3, 4 and a 5, but yeah, it's they're all good in their own ways, I think. Yeah. going to say, this is a rule of thumb with the older ships in the game that weren't designed from the off to be SCO compatible, but like have been like refitted into it. Like the Sidewinder's the most sort of, you know, bucking bronco of them all in that regard. It's like so hard to control. Ooh, cool. It's still, even now, a very good sort of cheap explorer, the Diamondback. That's very good, yeah. That's always the thing, is that's the one drawback of the Diamondback, has always been its fuel capacity, so its fuel scooping capacity has always been pretty bad. Other than that, lots of fun. Actually, if you still got like a commander who didn't have much money and wanted to come on Distant Worlds, I'd say, you know, the two ships you could recommend for that, cheap explorers, would be Cobra 5 and the Diamondback Explorer. That's a thing. There is an on-foot event for which Dr. Nagi is running. It's an adventure because we've never done it before. It is literally a complete unknown, this one, how it's going to work out. So, you know, could go adventuring with the good doctor out and around the galaxy. I think you'll go to the nearest station, as far as I'm aware, which in this case will probably mean a carrier. That's the hope, anyway. I said we've got to work out exactly how this it plays out in real life, but yeah, there'll be a test at some point. I think Nagi will probably do a test before we get going, just to confirm a lot of these hypotheses that we've got. 1 minute 30. You could do that. I know Nagi's not going with anything. Okay, coming up on a minute for countdown. You can spool up if you haven't done so already. Sure, everyone's got the target, which is in the mass jump info. The system ending in B27-1, just under 8 light years. Yeah, we're about to get going. But you can catch up. By the way, we are going to be going to the surprise location after this. So if everyone wants to follow, please do. And you can follow us as well there. Okay, 30 seconds coming up. Throttle up and prepare to jump. On my command. Stand by. Command of the dark side. Stand by. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Now, for the mystery system, just bear with me just a moment while I bring up the correct the correct place. It's cool seeing everyone around, isn't it? Yeah. You don't really see it any other time in the game. So many commanders all in the same place. Yeah, that's true. True enough. Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Okay, right. I will put in the mass jump info where the new target system we're going to is. New target. Yeah, this is the mysterious bonus system. So yeah, in mass jump info, and we'll be. It could be. It's basically a Guardian beacon, which is spectacular in itself. So if it's, I think it's good meta elite is that I am part of the process, but I'm, more of a sort of consultant with it. I'm not actually like involving with like the coding of the missions and stuff. But I think there's one that goes to a Guardian site elsewhere that wasn't the one we saw today. But I can't remember if they actually put into it where they're going to the Guardian beacon. It's the Guardian. Yeah, the one that we're heading to is ends in beta 44-5. Mm-hmm. You can do whatever order that you like, really. It's entirely up to you. So this is, like I say, it's a bonus thing anyway, so just heading there now. Yeah, this area of space got a lot of cool stuff. But no, thanks for the heads up, Orphan. I'd forgotten off the top of my head about that one. It's in the mass jump info. I've put new target and where the system is. So it's not far away. It's just a few jumps towards the bubble anyway. So those of you, I know some people want to join the carriers that are jumping for the other event. For the scouting for the new HQ for Distant Worlds 3. And then you have to go back, obviously, after this. But everyone else, you can just sort of go straight back to the bubble afterwards. So we're sort of heading in that direction. This area is full of Guardian sites, and I think there's, off the top of my head, I think there's all different varieties of Guardian sites exist within this kind of cluster. So yeah, you should be able to find like the whole sort of spectrum. Sorry, what are you referring to? Ah, so we're very close. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice. Very rapidly as well. I mean, that's one thing about the Meta Elite goals is they're all being met much quicker than I think anyone anticipated. They thought they'd be maybe like fast, but maybe not this fast. So, well done, everyone. Cool. Support Orthon, he does great work. Well done, well done, well done, people. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, for all of us as well on the organiser side of it, and Meta Elite team especially, this is the first time we've actually put Meta Elite to outside just our own sort of private test. This is really the first time we've extensively tested it, because the High G event, that was a good sort of first step, but it wasn't really a sort of heavy load on Meta Elite at all. This is like one of the first times we've actually like pushed it at all in any way to give it the kind of test that it would be under during a Distant Worlds 3 meetup, for example. Maybe it hasn't updated it. That's the idea. Awesome. Been good to see you, Commander. Have a good one. Yeah, and props to you, all the commanders from North America who have shown up for this one. Okay, 07 Commander, fly safe. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Yeah. Hmm. Nice. Hey, how's it going? Only SRV casualties, no actual ship ones that I can tell. Awesome. See if I can get through the rings of the gas giant. Yes. Let me see, I'm at the beacon at the moment, so I'm trying to charge that one up. Ah, it's already been charged, that one. Remember actually what it's supposed to give out, but yeah, it is part of a chain of a quest, isn't it? Definitely. I'm just looking at it for the visuals at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, I think there might be some kind of scan at the beacon that Commander has got very close to the pinnacle of it, so I think there is. I haven't been here for years, other than the other day when I just came by to just, you know, check it out and make sure everything was where it was supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, if you want to scoop something properly, you don't really use the scoop, you're going to use the collector limpets. Have a good one. See you soon. I don't think so. Oh dear. Oh, absolutely. And the only reason it wasn't sort of used today for that is just because the sheer number of people here. I think with racing at the site like that, you can't really have more than about 10 people, otherwise the incident is just going to be absolutely crazy. That's a goodly amount of money. Well done. And the thing is with fleet carriers, you just remember that keeping them is also a bit of a pain. It costs a lot of money every single week. I mean, anyone who hasn't got a fleet carrier, remember as a rule of thumb, it's about $1 billion a year in just like upkeep alone. So if you haven't got a few billion in the bank above and beyond the cost of the carrier, you're not going to be able to afford to keep it going. Nice. Yeah, there is a bit of a shortage around Colonia. Top of the structure. No. Yeah. You're looking exactly your nav panel. You will see ancient key on it, and it's at the middle of the sort of pinnacle of the structure as it goes up. No. Who's asking? You look at the Guardian beacon or the planetary one. Okay, cool. I'm there, so I can do that. Sorry, could you repeat your commander name again, please? Okay. I don't know if you're in my friends list or not. Could you send me a friend invite if possible, because I can't find you. Oh, sorry, I've got you here. Sorry. I was looking in the wrong place. Cool. Eos, you're in solo according to this. You need to be in the FleetCom private group. Yeah, that's how we get together though, so that's really the only place you can sort of meet other commanders in any sort of real safety, but that's why we have the group. Cool. Okay. Have a good one. Yeah. Have a good one. Describe it. Okay. Yeah, it's a great looking thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's similar. You charge up the, I think, yeah, the three targets, as it were, the portals, whatever they're called. Pylons, sorry. You target the three pylons, someone just activated them now, and then you should see the whole structure come to life. And then after a while, you should find the ancient key on the top of it. I think you have to be relatively close to it. Like I'm 1.7 kilometers away at the moment, and I can see it quite easily. But yeah, you have to be relatively close to see it. Have a good one. Catch you soon. Yeah, I was going to say, it's right. You have to sort of look to your nav panel to locate it sometimes, but it should be kind of glowing at the top. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, a different kind of challenge to the ones on the planets. Yeah. Quite amazing the sounds that it makes as well. I mean, not just the Guardian beacon, but all the Guardian sites. Oh yeah. I think it's one of the most notable things about Elite. But the Guardian ones are always like suitably spooky. Yeah, I think that's right. I'll see if I get a different angle upon the beacon here as it does its thing, so you don't get. I think they're slightly different. Yeah. Yeah, I moved to a different view. I'm slightly further out now, so you can sort of see the bigger picture a bit easier. Mm-hmm. It's always a good thing, obviously, for the expeditions to end at these points, because obviously whether people are doing Meta Elite stuff directly or coming straight to the beacon, there's some cool stuff to definitely sort of interact with and mess around with as much as you like. And so it's quite a nice way to end it, I think. Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? There's always going to be like that range of experience with people. It's like, to be fair, I haven't seen the beacon do all this stuff for a while. I mean, it's been 5 years probably since I've like sat through this and watched like the entire cycle of everything that he can do, which is pretty spectacular even now, you know. Mm. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, all the both Guardian types, all the Guardian types, the surface types, and these orbital ones, the beacons. They're like audio and visual kind of feasts. Really, they're sort of some of the most amazing assets I think almost of any game. It's it is genuinely wonderful. Mm. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's I think also the Guardian, it makes sense to sort of do a Guardian related event because this, well, twofold. Apart from the fact it's just great to see all this stuff and see the variety of things that can be done in the game. Bonus is obviously getting, you know, any blueprints that you might need of different kinds, doing the meta elite as well. But the fact that a lot of the Guardian ruins, like the ones we're at right now, are really close to the bubble, and so that it's like all these sort of fascinating sort of bits and pieces are quite close. Obviously, we began the Ancient Mysteries much further away from the bubble with the Dynasty settlements, being a bit more, still mysterious, but a bit more mundane in comparison in terms of the actual like facilities themselves. But obviously, it was the mystery there that counted. But with the Guardian stuff, it's both mysterious and alien, so it adds that sort of extra dimension to it. Oh, cool. I'm glad when people prepare like that, though, because it usually makes it sort of a lot easier and a lot smoother to sort of get things done when you want to. Oh, 100%. I think that's the reason the exploration community really exists, is because it is so much fun and so much more. I don't know, three-dimensional was the word I would use, probably. It's like it adds extra dimensions of experience to it, because it's not just doing things together with people, it's also the fact that everyone's got a different experience and got their own sort of stories, and like even if someone's seeing something for the first time, there's that kind of wonder as well. Yeah, 100%. Because even if it's just having more pairs of eyes to see stuff, sometimes other people will spot stuff that you won't, and vice versa. And having that kind of collective experience sort of enriches everyone. Yeah. No, that's true, absolutely. I mean, as you say, some people, their first experience of any kind of group activities in Elite was the Thargoid War, and that was a good place to start. Say, I wasn't doing AX very much, it was just almost totally rescues for me, and quite early on in the war. I sort of like, I was going through a period in that time of like, I didn't stop playing Elite, but I played it a lot less. So I was just doing rescues and the odd thing and just bubble related stuff. But it was all cool though. I mean, I was still sort of. Was anyone in, what was it called again? That Discord, the Defense of Humanity or Defense Council of Humanity, whatever it was called. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the one. Yeah. No, it was interesting. I mean, the early days of that were sort of at just after the previous expedition that I led was, well, previous expedition, but one that I led was on, because I stopped doing this kind of organising for a while, just because of, burnout and real life and stuff, because you've got to put real life first, of course. So, yeah, then it was like Defence Council of Humanity for a while, and, but it's better to sort of, dial something back and still enjoy it rather than completely burn out on it and lose all enjoyment, because some people I've seen do that and just not come back to the game, and it's kind of sad, really. Yeah, you always got to sort of pay attention to your own sort of needs and your own sort of well-being, really. That's always important. For players and for organisers as well. I mean, we have to sort of be careful that we don't sort of overextend ourselves too much. And this is going to be a long trip as well. I mean, Distant Worlds 3, we're going to be out there for 4 and a bit months, nearly 5 months. So yeah, it's going to be a while. Yeah. Hmm. All I can say, it would be nice. I mean, that's often the sentiment expressed with Frontier generally. Is it would be nice, yeah, definitely. It's always easier though if you have the game developers helping out. But yeah, watch this space, as they say. Watch all of space. Keep watching the skies. It's interesting. I'm still at the beacon site, but it's now gone very dark, and it's just interesting, this kind of silhouette just hanging there in space. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you turn, it's the contrast to the rings. Like, that's really beautiful and really super detailed and lovely. And then you just turn back 180 degrees again, and there's just this silhouette of this thing hanging there in space. Mm-hmm. Go for it. Okay, everyone, I think I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you for everyone who attended today in game. Thank you for all the volunteers and the org team members. Thank you for everyone who's actually been watching in YouTube land out there. And I wish you all a good night, and I will probably see you, most of you, next at the launch of Distant Worlds 3. When it comes around in January. So, as they say, keep watching the skies. And 07 Commanders. Cheers. Thank you for being here.